All right, hi everybody. So I did my research this semester on Al Qaeda. The original leader of this group was Osama bin Laden. He was accused of being the organizer and leader of the 9/11 attacks, and then he was killed May 2nd of 2011 by the U.S. military forces. A month later, the new leader took place in June. And he is now still currently the leader of the group. The history of the group. So, Al Qaeda was originally formed in August of '88 as a network to support Muslims fighting against the Soviet Union during the Afghan War. And then in 1996, they reestablished their headquarters in Afghanistan as the Taliban militia. So, this group is considered both religious and political. This is because it's religious, basically because the group mostly consists of Islamic extremists who put emphasis on militant jihad. Jihad is an Arabic word for strive or struggle, and Al Qaeda prefers an armed struggle against anything that threatens their vision of a worldwide Islamic state. And then they are political because it was first created to take on holy wars. And for bin Laden, it was a fight he wanted to take on globally. So bin Laden actually had a mentor at the time, Azam, and Azam wanted to turn Afghanistan into an Islamist government. And to this day, Al Qaeda is still a very strong, large group with their new leader, and its affiliates now number in the 10 of thousands. So they are growing, they are getting stronger, and they're still moving forward. The impacts that this group has had on the U.S. So in 1996, bin Laden declared war on the U.S., and many people were not aware of this at the time, but it's now actually called the 20 Years' War. But at the time, not very many people knew that it started then. Most of them remember it beginning September 11th, 2001, of course, when they brought the war to our homeland, killing nearly 3,000 people. So during this time, President Bush declared war against terrorism, and the military invaded Afghanistan and then Iraq. In 2002, a year later, the Department of Homeland Security was created. And then during this incident and aftermath of the United States, we lost more than $500 billion. So this had a lot of emotional, psychological, and of course, economical impact on us. Not only because so many of the citizens felt confused, felt fear. We didn't know if there were more attacks planned in other parts of the U.S. or what was going to happen initially, and then a lot of our citizens lost friends and loved ones, of course, too, and they were a part of that day, whether it be firefighters, police officers, EMT, they were a part of it and they witnessed it, and that can cause a lot of emotional stressors, of course. And then, as I mentioned, the economical impact that it had on us was that we lost more than $500 billion during this incident, and then the aftermath of us going to war. So, punishment. So the leader of the group at the time, Osama, he was killed, as I mentioned earlier, May 2nd of 2011. He had been a target for nearly a decade before he was found and killed. The raid was actually done by 23 U.S. Navy SEALs, and it lasted approximately 40 minutes. Based on the evidence found during this raid, it was shown that bin Laden had a plan to assassinate President Obama and carry out additional attacks against America. Obviously, he was not tried in court at all because he was killed instantly once he was found. So most terrorists that are captured are tried in federal court. The federal court includes any conviction of individuals who partake in a terrorist act and of any criminal acts by those with a link to international terrorism. The cases that may be tried in federal court include bombings, hijackings, and assassinations. They both have a punishment of life in prison or possibly death. And then I have my references page. So I was able to actually learn a lot about this group and how they started, how they originated to now. I actually didn't realize that Osama bin Laden had declared war in '96. I was not aware of that. And so for it to be going on for so long and to still be seeing effects and aftermath from September 11th, 2001, it's been a struggle, and I was happy that I chose this group and I was able to learn more. Bye.